Hey everybody, it's GW Xavier with More Memories. Just coming and demoing for you how to use or how to make an 8x8 section using some peekaboo pockets in a 12x12 page format. So I'm going to be using the 8x8 and the 4x8 pockets from the Ain't It Great Peekaboo Pocket Variety Pack. So using the 8x8 peekaboos, you could cut any designer paper that you like to that 8x8 size to fit in there. You could use some of the 8x8 designer paper packs that came out a little while ago, and I think some might still be available on Last Chance. You'd have to double check the website. You could also use an 8x8 paper album into the pocket page, into the peekaboo pockets, and put them into your page. So here's one example that I did with pictures from Madrid when I went in 2001. And so I found it to be a really great way to be able to pull all of the pictures from Madrid and put them into a 2-page spread. I just don't have the other page with me because this was the only page that I put the peekaboos on. And so I'm working with the Fast to Fabulous Passport to Adventure pages. Not for this layout. There wasn't a double page in that pack that I felt really matched with Madrid, so I made my own, and that's okay. But what I did was used some of the pages and cut them into 8x8s, and then I could use those other sections in other spots. So I just made some pockets here to flip through with Madrid. So what I'm going to be doing is something similar, but not exactly. I'm going to be doing my pictures from the visit to La Alhambra, which is a Moorish palace in Granada, Spain. And really great place, really beautiful, really nice gardens. And so so what I did first to kind of jazz up the page itself was I'm using bronze shimmer, which is also a retired, it's a retired cardstock. But along the edge here, I used our elegant diamond border punch. The border along the edges here is the punch poop from the square chain BMC. Inside is I used the chain or gemstone chain that released earlier this year that has also sold out. You might be able to catch them or get them through an advisor. And then I also used a retired punch of the diamond scroll, which is an older BMC. You'd have to see if your advisor might have any or know how to locate one for you. Along here is one border maker from the Our Memories for Life collection. I believe it's called Antique Floral. So that's also a very old punch and a little bit more rare to try to find. But I just wanted to try to capture some of that Moorish influence in a lot of the art around the building that you see at times. So if you're not familiar with peekaboo pockets, they're just these clear plastic sleeves. That's a pocket slit on one side. You input your paper, and you will usually, then fold this over because then it makes that pocket. And the white strip, some of the newer packets will have the white strip to easily see where to peel to get the adhesive. Some of your older packs don't have a white one, it's just clear, so it's a little bit harder to find where to peel and get that off to adhere. I've already gone and preloaded my pages in, and I'm going to be using what some call a barn door. So the idea with the 4x8s is that they're going to lay on top here, and then they're going to flip. I'm doing up and down flip. Obviously, you could do a side by side, and then they would open that way. That's not how I designed my page, though. So the other piece that I want to be able to have this middle part open and have these still out like that. Because if I adhere them right on top, this whole section is going to move with me, and I'm not really wanting to do that. So what I need to do, because this is adhered, I could reposition my page inside and have the adhesive along the edge here. You kind of see it a little bit, and it still would work. It would still flap. The other thing I can do is I can trim a little bit off here, the one end, to get it to nestle in a little bit more, so that it will not get stuck by the 8x8. Because if I do it this way, right, it's gonna push things out a little bit. I don't necessarily want that. Right, it's gonna get a little tough to right. I don't want to have too much of that, so I'm just gonna trim this edge here. I'm just going to use my scissors. You could use your microchip scissors. You could use your regular scissors. But I'm just going to come in at an angle on the adhesive strip. I'm just going to cut that little piece. So now it should fit a bit better. The nice thing is that, you know, the adhesive you can reposition several times and it will still stick really, really, really well. So I'm just gonna get this in here like that. I'm just going to set it down. Okay. There, that's pretty good. I'm going to do the same. Why is that sticking? Oh, yeah, because I've got that all. Ha! I'm going to do the same at the top. And I need it to be this side. So again, I'm just going to trim off at an angle. And then I'm going to position it, flip this over. And then I'm just going to lay it down so it can, there. And there we go. So that I'm liking a lot better than what I had before. And what I'm probably going to do, because I got a couple extra pictures, I'll probably end up inserting them here. And that way, when you open up, they'll flip. This is one of the older pockets I talked about. You can see it does not have the white strip on it. It has a clear one. So it's just, you know, they work just the same. They just added the white strip recently, make it easier to find on the peekaboo pockets. So there we have the barn door effect, and a really neat layout that's unique, dynamic, and really invites us to engage more with the album. So hope you liked it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help, and have a great day. See you next time. Thanks.